This is a tense time for the Hasidic Jews of Crown Heights, a neighborhood in New York's borough of Brooklyn. Their community has become the target of an increased number of attacks in recent months. Now there's more police on the streets, protecting synagogues and other Jewish institutions. Burrell Firestone and his friends are students at the local yeshiva, a Jewish religious school. Anti-Semitism has always been an issue in this ethnically diverse neighborhood. But the recent string of attacks has hit uncomfortably close to home.
There's attacks where someone threw a chair at someone else, someone was screaming, "Kill Jews." There's different attacks that happen. Someone that pointed a gun out, someone that got, I had a friend that got punched right in the middle center of Crown Heights, where everyone walks.
They say they're not afraid, but the attacks have made them more wary.
You don't want to walk by yourself, especially at night. I'm saying obviously because of the increase of fear in the community because of the recent attacks. Absolutely. Definitely the added precaution, added feeling that you have to be more careful.
Often, Orthodox Jews become targets of anti-Semitic hate crimes because their Jewishness is plainly visible. Eli Cohen is a rabbi in the community. He knows being recognizable is a risk, but he says hiding is not an option.
Never be afraid to show who we are, never afraid to remain or run. Never the idea would come of running away somewhere else. This is our community, and we're going to take whatever it takes to stay here and be strong, but not to be afraid or to hide or to fear.
But it's not only the Orthodox community that's feeling uneasy. Eyal Feldman is Jewish too. And as with many of New York's Jews, you can't really tell from his looks. Born in Israel, he's been in the U.S. since the age of 3. Eyal lives in Manhattan. Here too, he says, the mood in the community has changed since the attacks.
People are talking about getting armed and carrying guns, mace, weapons, and learning self-defense, where it wasn't even a subject before.
Roughly 1 in 8 New York City residents is Jewish. For centuries, New York has been a refuge for Jews from all over the world.
This city is home to the biggest Jewish community outside of Israel. That's why a rise in anti-Semitism here is particularly unsettling. Jewish advocacy groups are saying the phenomenon is as surprising as it is complex.
Because the sources of these recent anti-Semitic attacks here in the United States are multiple. They're not all coming from white supremacists or white nationalists. They're also coming from street attacks in New York by young African Americans. They're coming from black Hebrews. What seems to be constant is a sense that there's a copycat phenomenon. Now it's become sort of more in vogue to go after Jews who are identifiable on the streets.
Back in Crown Heights, Burrell and his friends say they won't back down. They trust that their faith is stronger than the hatred of their attackers.